Hello, everyone, and welcome to Oracle Hour. Here we are again on Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Thank you so much for those of you that are joining us live. I love being here with you all. I'm just going to expand my screen here. And so, as I always say at the beginning of this Oracle Hour, I'm Sabrina Rising. If it's your first time here, I am an intuitive guide and a psychic medium and a healer. I have been facilitating deep personal transformation and inner peace processes for many, many, many years. And it's my honor and joy to be here with you all to be able to facilitate any questions or any processes that you might be struggling with in your own healing journey. I'm happy to answer questions live and to give information. I'm here to channel messages from your spirit guides, from your loved ones, and give intuitive advice wherever you might be stuck on your own healing journey. I'm so passionate about doing this Oracle Hour because, first of all, I love to answer questions and I love to offer guidance, and I also really I know what it's like to be on your healing journey and to not know where to start and to have a million questions and to, be kind of searching the internet looking for answers and trying to piece things together on your own. And so, I bring 20 years of experience of holding space for thousands of people all over the world, and doing these Oracle Hours, in the last few months of doing them has really given me the opportunity to share my wisdom and also help people who, really don't know where to go or don't know where to start. And so I'm honored to be here with you all. So many of us have also lost people that we care about, that we love, that are in the spirit realm. And so perhaps, receiving a message from them or establishing connection with them is new for you. Perhaps it's something that you're really longing for. For whoever is watching us live, if you have in mind somebody that you want to connect with, like if you already have like a deep desire to connect with a certain person, then I ask you to really focus on that person, focus on meditating on that person, so that by the time I get to you and your questions, we answer questions on a first come, first serve basis. Then I can sort of link in that way, and hopefully that person will show up for you through me. I make no promises in terms of who I can connect with. I do this work with the utmost integrity. If I feel a connection, I will offer a message, and if I don't, I will say so. But feel free to ask me anything from inner child work to, how to heal from trauma, to how to regulate your nervous system, to how to manifest, to whether or not you're on the right path and right direction, or with your spirit guides and messages from your loved ones. I love holding the space for others, and there's really no question, I can't answer, at least not until now. There's been no question that I cannot answer. So maybe I'll be corrected. So again, anybody can do this work. I have been cultivating this experience for many years, but if you feel drawn to the intuitive arts, if you feel like this is something that is, you're drawn to the magic and you're curious about it, or you have your own practice, personal practice that's developing. I also teach this work. We have an upcoming facilitator training certification program that the link to register for that will be posted in the coming weeks. So we'll send information for those of you that follow us here. You can also check updates on my Instagram at Sabrina Rising. And you can follow me there. There's always updates about what we're up to and upcoming programs and so on. And if you haven't had a chance to ask me a question, or if you have had a chance to ask me a question and you want to do a deeper dive, you want to have an hour, 75 minutes of my undivided attention, then I invite you to book a reading. There are intuitive readings that I offer, and there are mediumship readings that I offer. If you're not sure which one to book, I get this question a lot. It doesn't really matter. You can book the intuitive reading, and if your loved ones come through, then I will share those messages, and we can do a combination, which is what I've been doing for most people that I have been booking. So the links to book are going to be posted at the end of this video. You can click there, and we have a 50% discount going on for the month of November. November can be a really intense month for people. Hi, everybody. Hi. It can be an intense month for people in terms of like, renewal and rebirth and the change of seasons. And I was just talking to my dear friend Lacey, who's always moderating for us in these Oracle hours, about how Pluto is about to move into Aquarius. For those of you that know a little bit about astrology, this is kind of a big deal. It means lots of things are shifting, and we can really feel that momentum in the collective. So, if you're kind of at a place in your journey where you're wondering like what's next, and you feel like something big is happening, but you don't know what it is, you're in the right place to ask those questions. And again, you can book a reading and come talk to me one-on-one, so I can give you some guidance in terms of how your journey is meant to unfold and what are the next right steps for you in your process. Okay, so without further ado, hi Canada, hi Emily, hello everybody. I will take the first question. Go ahead, Lacey. Hi, Steffi. Welcome back. So nice to be here again. And it's so nice to have you. I had a dream the other night about the master founder of my Qigong school, and lots of dreams lately. Is that an intuitive gift for me? I love this question. Thank you for asking it, Steffi. It's so funny that you're asking this question because I'm currently teaching a class called The Way of the Mystic. And we spent the first, I think week 3 was all about developing our clairs. And these clair abilities, clairvoyance being one of them, an indication that you're developing clairvoyance is the lucid dreaming, very, very pronounced dreams. So yes, this is an intuitive gift for you. The dreams, especially dreams that are very clear, that feel like they're not about you personally. There's different types of dreams, and I'll explain. So the subconscious mind releases its contents when we go to sleep. Okay. So the conscious mind is not present. So the subconscious mind is free to sort of process the remains of the day, or maybe some deeper unresolved issues in your life, or perhaps a fear that's bubbling up inside of you, things that live in the subconscious that obviously we don't have access to in our daily lives. And so if you find, so when you're dreaming, you feel, when you feel emotional in the dream, you feel, when it's personal, when it's something that is about you. And there are dreams that we have where we can feel that it's either a premonition, there's sort of a natural detachment to the dream. The experience of the dream feels more lucid. It feels more like we have choice in the dream. And so, and it can be something that's coming, right? So it's just like a vision of what's upcoming. So there's a distinct quality in those dreams. So I invite you, Steffi, to start a dream journal since you are dreaming. And before you go to bed at night, you can sort of write down an intention about, wanting to remember your dreams, and to remember them detail, whatever kind of messages you're looking for from your own higher self. And so that when you are waking up in the morning, that you can remember your dreams. Okay. So the dreaming, the lucid dreaming, the clear dreaming is a sign of clairvoyance. And this is a very unique gift. It's actually less common than people think it is. Most people are claircognizant, like we just know, like that gut feeling, right? And or we can be clairaudient, which is like we hear things, right? So yes, that's a little very long answer to your question. I hope this was helpful, Steffi. Yes, Pluto moving into Aquarius. I am a moon and rising Aquarius. Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. I feel so excited for you. That's a lot of Aquarius energy. So big things are shifting for you. Like kind of your life as you know it will actually transform, and it's perfect timing for you because I think you're entering a phase where you really need to make it about you and expressing your gifts and coming out more and being more vocal, allowing yourself to be seen and recognized more. So so I love it. I'm so happy for you, and I can't wait to see what unfolds for you. Hi, Ara. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well too. Do you see my spirit guides? I have started a medical intuitive course. This is wonderful news. And I have been having visions of messengers when I meditate. Okay. So, well, if you're having visions of messengers when you meditate, then you are seeing your spirit guides, which is very exciting. Let me see if I can tune in to your energy. I love the medical intuitive course. I mean, I really, this is something that I think is so valuable and so needed in our society, especially because when we look at the fact that most physical disease has an emotional root, it has, somewhere in the timeline of our lives, there's usually some kind of trapped emotion or trauma that can create limiting beliefs that can start to fester, I want to say, energetically within our bodies and creates dysfunction, disease. So medical intuition is a very powerful modality to help us uncover the root of our illness, and it really empowers people to take personal responsibility for their health. So congratulations on your course. Let me see, Ara, if I can tune into, it's interesting you said medical, because I, it's so I don't know if you're familiar with Madame Curie. I would look into her as a spirit guide. I would look into there's a couple of other ones I'm seeing. For some reason, I'm hearing the name Florence, and so I don't know if that's someone that you know, or if that's someone in the spirit realm, or a guide. If that's not someone that you are familiar with in your family, then I would sort of do a little bit of research on this name. Florence really comes through. Yeah, she looks like a nurse. And I see a cat. So I don't know if you have a cat, but yeah, there is a sort of cat around, like a sort of cat spirit animal, I would say. And so keep meditating, because if you're having visions, then, your guides are showing up. So, really good practice. And we've just done this in our Way of the Mystic class, is to, create a meditation where you're visualizing yourself, going into this, one of your favorite places. I love cats. Thank you. Okay, good. So you can visualize yourself going in, sitting down in one of your favorite places, and just asking for your spirit guides to show up, and you can start interacting with them. You can ask them their names. You can ask them to present themselves, and you can ask them if they have a message for you. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you, Ara. Florence Nightingale. Okay. Yes, maybe. Maybe that's who I'm thinking. That's who comes through as a spirit guide. So maybe you could Google that, Ara, and see if that resonates for you. Hi, Emily. May I have some insight from my guides about my transferring schools? Is the one I'm applying for the right one? Will I be accepted? Will I be able to pay for it? Am I generally on the right path too? Okay, Emily. Hi. So there's a lot of doubt here. And so it's really important for you, Emily. I mean, of course, I'm happy to guide you, but it's very important for you to learn how to develop your own intuitive sight, so that you can become self-reliant and you can lean into your own personal sovereignty. There's nothing more empowering than being able to guide ourselves, to feel into something, and check in with our bodies, and trust what our bodies are telling us. Okay, so I'm going to give you some guidance, and then I'm going to give you some tips on how to check in with yourself to make sure you're on the right track. Okay, so transferring schools. Okay, so yes, and yes, to the right school and to the right program. The transferring is good. I think you're moving into something that's more in alignment with you, and it feels like it's more spacious, like there's more possibilities. It's like it feels like it's something that has more yeah, I don't know, it feels more artistic, and it feels more like it has more creativity, more creative energy to it, whatever this other program is. I do feel like money is an issue. So, there are, but I feel like there's more resources available to you should you look into it and ask, or perhaps the school has a program, or if there's some kind of loan situation. But I feel like there's going to be more resources available to you if you sort of do some research. Okay, so you are supported in your creative endeavors. You're meant to do something a bit more creative and coming out of this very sort of like narrow path that you were on. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, so yes to the school, trust the process, and really commit to it, because when you choose something fully with your whole body, the possibility appears, right? The way opens up. All of a sudden, help that you didn't know was available becomes available to you. People start showing up for you. People start wanting to help you, wanting to there can be things that you didn't think of before. As I mentioned, this is the realm of infinite possibilities. Okay, so choose that you want this. I feel like you're on the right path. I think it's going to take you some time to really figure this out as far as what brings you the most joy. But I would spend less time worrying about what you're doing in the outside world and more focus on developing the connection with your internal being, okay, with your inner landscape. So here's a quick tip for everybody. If you're not sure if it's a yes or a no, should I or shouldn't I, one thing that I like to do is use muscle testing. I know this is a very popular technique and it's very simple. Anybody can do it. You can use the O-ring technique just to see if it's something that's like a yes or a no for you. Like, for example, if my fingers don't separate, it's a yes, and if they do, then it's a no. And you can test this out for yourself. There are other things as well that I use. Like, for example, I can stand up straight and ask my higher self a question, and if I feel myself being pulled forward, it's a yes, and if I feel myself being pulled backward, it's a no. That's generally what works for me. So try that out, Emily, because I think that would be very helpful. Just tiny little things that you can do to start developing your own intuition so that you can trust yourself when you're making a decision. There's nothing more disempowering than choosing life and not being sure, second guessing ourselves every step of the way. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Okay, Lacey. Oh, here we go. Hi, Terry. I went to see my aunt who is in hospice and near the end of life. My question is her mom and siblings with her through the process. You're welcome, Emily. Let me see. Your aunt who is in hospice and near the end of life. Yeah. So yes, I see a mom and I see two sisters. It's the first thing I get as soon as I close my eyes. So I feel like there's the presence of these ladies that are kind of waiting for her, and there to help her transition and help make her way over. And this happens for every single one of us that transitions. We have our spirit family, our loved ones that have already crossed over, that will come and join us. They will be there to facilitate our transition. I mean, the spirit knows, is what the other thing I want to say to you, Terry, is that the spirit knows where to go. Right, we know it's not like, when we pass, the ego dissolves, and so when ego is no longer present, there's no reasoning mind, there's no second guessing, there's no doubt. All there is consciousness, and consciousness is universal intelligence. Right, so the spirit knows exactly where to go. It knows exactly where to join its loved ones, to be in connection with its loved ones. It's not like there are separate people all around. It's just one collective consciousness experience. But I do feel like there is a mom and there are two sisters that are waiting to be reunited with her. And I don't like to predict this particular thing, but I feel like your aunt is ready. She's ready to let go, and I feel like she's kind of in between the stages of like really feeling that peace that takes over, and when we stop resisting the physical 3D experience, right? When we stop being in the density of 3D. So, I wish her peace, and I wish you peace as well. I hope that was helpful. Hi, Mrs. McKaya. I remember you. Thanks for joining us again. I'm just going to take a sip of water and read your question. I have been looking for a job for the past 1 year but each time I get an offer, it's not what I want. Will I be able to get what I want? Okay, so here's how I'm going to answer this question. First of all, Miss Makaya, I want you to get really clear in your mind about the kind of work that you're looking for. Like, what is it that you want? And then I want you to start meditating on it and spend time visualizing yourself doing the job that you want. Most of the times in life, when we're not getting things, when we're not manifesting what it is that we want, is because we're not sure of what it is. We're kind of putting ourselves out there and we're waiting for the world to tell us what's available. Don't just take whatever comes, right? And as you're saying, you're applying for jobs and they're not what you want. So I would spend the time to get very clear on what it is that you want, and then spend time visualizing and seeing yourself in this role, doing this work, and watch it, experience yourself being happy in the role, really feel yourself in that job situation. And then you will create something that is exactly what you want. This is how we get what we want, right? Instead of hoping and praying for the best, we can take personal responsibility for what it is that we want and need by learning to manifest. Okay. And sometimes we have some things in the way. Maybe there's I think if when I tune into your energy, I feel like sometimes you doubt your abilities, or, you doubt there's almost like a limiting belief that you don't have the same opportunities, or that you don't have the right qualifications, or that you don't have you don't have what it takes, type of thing. Of course, I'm, paraphrasing what I'm feeling in your subconscious. So I would do that work to really visualize the job that you really want, and then give yourself permission to have it, right? See it in your mind, feel it with your body, practice this every day, and then come back and tell me that you got the job that you really wanted, because that's what's going to happen. Thank you. Hi, Lacey. What messages do my loved ones in spirit have for me at this time? Oh, thank you for asking a general question. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Who wants to come through for Lacey? Um, I feel the presence of your dad, Lacey, and I don't know if that's who you wanted to talk to, but that's who's here. I mean, there's a few people from your family that are here, but I feel the presence of your father coming through, and he just wants to remind you that he's there. And this is your biological father, and mm, I don't know if you're contemplating another tattoo, but he's kind of drawing me this. He's drawing this picture of. I know it looks like a scorpion or a snake, but it's something with like a round tail. I don't know if that resonates for you, but I'm seeing this visual of this kind of like an animal symbol with a round tail. And it could be something that he had as well, but it's something that he's sort of guiding you towards and saying, this um he's there. He wants you to know that he's there with you. And there you go. Perfect. So and I don't know if I picked up on that psychically, but I feel like your dad is saying, he's showing me something about a scorpion, or a snake tail. And there's something about this tail that goes around. It's almost like, oh, so here's what it is. It's like the serpent eating its tail. I don't know if you're familiar with that is. But it looks like that. And he's saying that that's the tattoo you should get. And I feel like it's something that he would have gotten. Um, I feel like he had tattoos too. He's telling me that, and it's like it's kind of like how you connect. How he connects with you spiritually. So yes to that, and remember to connect with your dad when you're in the process of getting it, because you're going to really feel his presence there with you. Um, and Yeah, it's kind of how he wants to start communicating more. He had tattoos of me also. Aw. So that's what he's referencing. That's beautiful. I didn't know that. Um, yeah, this is how you are connect. He's kind of showing me that this is your connection. So he wants you to know that he's with you, and he's the other thing that he's showing me is kind of like he's wrapping his arms around you, like the tattoo is almost like a hug for you. And Yeah, it's his way of being there with you in 3D in this life. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah, I love it too for you. You're welcome. Okay. Any other questions tonight? Hi, Canada. I see you. Could you also speak on light language? Um, Hi, me too. Okay, good. Okay, so light language. Let's see, Lacey. Can you ask a more specific question? Do you have a question about it? I apologize. There's someone at the door. I keep hearing light language, the difference in it, how to continue learning or speaking it. Um, Rosie, yeah. Okay, so let's see what I want to tell you about light language. So the way that I would start practicing light language for you is really just in your meditation, asking to receive visuals and um, messages through light, and allowing your meditation to be able to help you decipher what that means for you. Um, I don't know about speaking it. I know about hearing it in terms of clairaudience. So this is what I can speak to is in terms of how the messages are coming through. It's I think it's different for everybody. It's a very personal experience, and so it's just a matter of you opening yourself up to it, and as you develop your own relationship with your higher self and with your guides and your loved ones, to ask them to show you how you can hear more of it and decipher those messages, and how you can use those messages in your daily life. That's about the extent of my expertise on light language. So I hope that's helpful. You're welcome. Hi, Terry. Do my loved ones in spirit have any messages for me? Um, let's see. Terry, I also feel your father. There's a father presence. Um, the sense I'm getting is that it feels like this relationship was incomplete. in the sense where it left there's kind of a lot of strain there, a lot of heartache between you and your dad, and or this father figure that I'm feeling, which I'm really, it does feel like your father. I want to say that so I'm seeing a visual of you staring at a photo album and looking at this album and kind of looking through pictures and, connecting with your family and feeling sort of disconnected from your family. And, I feel like your dad wants to remind you that you have people, like that you have people in your life and that you're not alone, and to connect more with your community and with your friends, your loved ones that you have, that it feels like there isn't a lot of family left, but he's kind of coming through and saying, um, yeah, that he's sorry he didn't spend more time with you, more quality time with you. Feels like there's some heartache in the relationship with you and your dad, and he wants to remind you that you are loved and that you were, um, there you do come from people that loved you or love you. And so, just to remind you of that. So I see this picture of you staring at photo albums and kind of being curious about your roots and your ancestors. Um, I don't, for some reason, I'm getting like, a European background. And so, like, almost like there's extended family that you never met. And so I would communicate with your dad the next time you meditate, if that's a practice that you have. And, our loved ones really want to talk to us. And so make it a point to connect with him and really check in with him, and see, how he can communicate with you, being open to signs and just giving yourself permission to feel his love. Because I feel like there's some remorse there in the relationship that the two of you had. And so he wants to make amends with you. He wants to make peace with you. And so let him do that. Let him, he's kind of saying, like, I wasn't really there for her, and the way that she, needed me to be. Uh, so yeah, I leave you with his love. Hi, Angela. Would like to know if there are any messages from Spirit. Okay, let's see. Just meditate on your name. I have another Angela here, and I feel like she's very close to you and very much around you. And I want to acknowledge that I feel like I know this person. So I don't know why she's showing me this is a much older woman, and she's very giggly and very bubbly. Her personality is very light and playful, even though she's very old. And she is showing me, it's kind of like a picture of herself when she was much younger. And yeah, I believe you are right. I believe this is your godmother. It feels like a godmother or aunt presence, like extended family. She's showing me a picture of herself when she was younger, and she's very sort of proud of the way she looked, or proud of the way she held herself, or the way she maintained herself, and she is, she sees a lot of that in you. She's kind of like she's telling you that to continue taking such good care of yourself, and being healthy and looking good, and there's this kind of message that's coming through. Absolutely, she's at peace. I can tell you that she's no longer in any pain. She is reunited with, I feel like, her husband and her own mom. And I see a gold necklace. It's got like a little pendant on the end of it. Um, and it's either something she wore all the time. She's kind of holding on to it. And I can see these like mother of pearl earrings on her, or just regular pearl earrings as well. I don't know if she wore those when she passed. Um, yeah, she was very beautiful when she was young. Yeah, so this necklace, she's showing it to me. I think believe she was also buried in it, and also these pearl earrings as well. And she's showing me, what does she want to say to you? She wants to tell you, um, she wants you to have more fun. And I know this is a woman who enjoyed herself. She had a lot of joie de vivre, as they say, like a lot of, zest for life. She wants you to have more fun. She wants you to travel and enjoy yourself and play. Um, is this making sense? Lacey, can you bring up the comments? Here we go. Yes. Okay, good. All right, beautiful. What's the next question? Will her niece want to make peace with me? I feel like her niece is very confused about your relationship, and she's very confused, and she kind of, I feel like she wants to make peace. Like she's open to it. She's open to the possibility of peace. She's open to clarity. I feel like there's a lot that needs to be cleared up in this particular question. This is more of a psychic question. So, the reading here is more like she's open. There's a ton of misunderstanding, like you interpreting things a certain way, and her interpreting things a certain way. So it feels like there's a long conversation that needs to be had between you and this person. So yes, I would say that she does want to make peace with you, and to yeah, I would try again. She's open to it. I think she's very confused about what happened, and possibly very hurt too. So it's all in how you approach it. It's all in how you're willing to. I think the passing of this godmother might be a good. It might be a good. What do I want to say? Like an opening. Might create the opening that you're looking for. Okay, good. Has my godmother seen Dad? Yeah, they are all together. I mean, it's not like in 3D where, you have to take a plane to go visit someone or drive to their house. They're all together, and all the soul family, all those of us that have soul contracts that we're going to incarnate and participate in this 3D reality together. We all sort of, merge into this universal intelligence and connect with each other on the other side. Thank you for your questions. I hope that was helpful. Good. Yes, Emily. Hi. May I have a message from my friends or family members who have passed over? I think about them a lot lately. Okay. Yeah, Emily. It's interesting because I feel like you lost more than one person around the same time, and you can confirm if that's true or not. Let me see if I can connect with one person in particular. Yeah, I feel like there was kind of like a series of passings, and maybe that could be a reflection of your community or your age group, but there was like a series of people that passed. And okay, good. So and I almost feel like I don't want to say you're the last one, but it feels like there's not a lot of people left that you were very close to, that you spent a lot of people all at once. Yeah, that's what it feels like. So and they're all around you. Everybody's around you. I can see that you're sitting down. It's interesting. I don't know if you have an upright piano in your house. Um, it feels like there's one, it's in a living room. I don't know if it's your house or your friend's place, but I can see you sort of sitting in a chair and kind of writing, um, and sort of writing about your life. And one of the ways in which you can communicate with your friends that have passed over, your loved ones that have passed over, is by writing them letters. That's part of the message that I'm getting for you, is to write to them. And um, thanks, Emily. So good. So I'm glad we're seeing this clearly. So you can write to them, because there's a lot of nostalgia, and there's a lot of like melancholy, and um, yeah, it would be good for you to have people over. I feel like your loved ones want you to have more people over. There's like either a young daughter or a niece that lives close by that can come over and spend time with you. I feel like it would be good for you to have more people come over and really sit with the presence of to be in company, right? To be in company would be very helpful for you. They're sort of encouraging you to do that, as they're encouraging you to write to them and communicate with them. They are sort of supporting you in living out your life to its fullest, to really enjoying the time that you have, um, and to not think about death so much, to not think about that time, that you have plenty of life left, and plenty of time to enjoy yourself, and to spend time with this one particular family member. Is kind of like a younger person, feels like a niece or a daughter energy that can come over and spend time with you, and really welcome her into your life, and welcome. It feels like you have to sort of let some fresh air in. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but that's kind of the message that I'm getting, is to really open yourself up to the possibility of connection, of enjoying yourself, of, experiencing joy. Okay. Because, sitting by yourself and just being in that melancholic place is, yeah, I feel that. So stop thinking about it so much. It's not your time. It's not your time. You have plenty of life left. And, it's my wish for you, is that you enjoy it to the fullest, and make room in your heart for joy, and for connection and community. Okay. Is there anyone you can point out to in particular? It's such a short time to spend a few minutes with everybody here. If you come and do a deeper reading with me one-on-one, I could probably connect to a little more specifics. But I feel like there's two women in particular. There's a couple and another woman, and the couple feels like, friends, and the woman feels like a relative. And the man and the woman feel like a very happy couple. They feel like they danced a lot together. It feels like they were, yeah, they were very sort of very much in love. Um, these could be your parents. Yeah, it's okay. I think these could be your parents. And then very much in love, very happy to be reunited with each other. And this other woman feels like a friend, like a best friend, or someone you were very close to when you were younger. Uh, and she's kind of showing me something about you two sort of giggling and passing notes to each other. And just kind of letting me know that that was a really fun time in your friendship and in your life. And she like it's kind of like, I see that youthful spirit in you still, like that playfulness in you. And she's kind of like encouraging that. um yeah, I hope that's helpful. I'll leave you with their love. Hi, Miss McKay. Huh? I always doubt my abilities when it comes to new jobs. You are correct. I will work on that. Good. Yeah, work on it. Just trust yourself. See where you want to go and what you want to do. Just really visualize it. Hold it in your mind's eye. Feel it with your body, and give yourself permission to have it. Okay. So this empowers you. Like I said, rather than just going for what's available, really create with your own, embodiment where you'd like to see yourself. So let me know how that goes. Thank you, Emily. Oh, I appreciate you saying that. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's my pleasure to hold space for you. Um, and I'm glad it's comforting. That is my wish for everybody here, that you have access to a resource, someone who can answer questions, who can give you guidance along the way. Perhaps there's some questions I cannot answer, but the things I can do, I'm happy to do them with love and service, and to make sure that everybody here is getting their needs met. Yes, I can share my upcoming courses. Of course I can. So I have a facilitator training program. There are two ways to be in this program. There's the one-to-one container. So it's private mentorship with me. It's a 6-month certification training program. And there is also a group version of this as well. For those of you that learn better in community, I find that in community, we can sort of develop our gifts together. And so I'm very excited about the community experience. I have been holding space for 20 plus years, everything from, inner child work to deconditioning from trauma, to creating a mindfulness practice, a meditation practice, and, creating, rewiring our subconscious mind and being able to create a life that we love. So I've taken all of this information and all of these courses that I've compiled over the years, and I have put together a comprehensive curriculum. It's a 6-month training certification program, and it includes developing your intuition, developing your gifts, developing the ability to read energy, to connect mediumistically, and to be able to make informed assessments. So when you're sitting with clients, if you're someone who is passionate about becoming a facilitator, this program is for you. If you want to hold space for other people, then this training will basically give you all the information you need from A to Z, from developing your gifts to establishing a successful practice. So that's coming up. My current offerings, as I mentioned, I have the one-to-one facilitator training group. I also have a signature program called Realizing Self, which is a 12-week a one-to-one container with me, where it's basically inner child work. So we focus on your soul contract, your incarnation, the limiting beliefs that were created in your childhood, deconditioning from that, releasing trauma, developing mental, emotional, and physical well-being, rewiring your subconscious, and bringing you online so that you can start to develop a life that you really love, and you can learn how to manifest effortlessly and enjoy this human experiment that we're all in. And so that is the one-to-one container that's always available on my website. My website is intuitivesabrina.com, and you can check out my programs there. You can book a free 30-minute session to apply to work with me. It's a free call. It's 30 minutes where you and I get to connect on a one-on-one environment, and I will make recommendations on whatever programs might be best suited for you. I hope that's helpful. Good. All right. Any other questions tonight? See here. Lacey, do we have anybody else that I haven't gotten to yet? Here we go. Oh, hi. Divine 8. Will I finally be in a relationship soon? Oh, I love these questions. Okay, Divine, I'm going to take a sip of water and then I'm going to answer. So, being in a relationship with another person requires, the internal work for us to be able to attract this person into our lives. Okay. So you don't want to be in just any relationship, because you could possibly be in any relationship if you really, really wanted to. I think that the real question is, what do I need to do? I think the better question to ask is, what do I need to do internally to be able to attract and manifest the right partner into my life? You see how reframing that empowers you. And Next 6 months with my current person. Uh, so I'm confused. Are you in a relationship, or you are hoping to create one? Maybe you can be a bit more specific in your question. I'll wait for you to clarify. Hi, Divine Eight. Dating a guy. Oh, okay, gotcha. Um, so so my sense is this person that you're dating, okay, I feel like he's a good person. I feel like there's some compatibility there. I actually feel like this relationship has potential. Um, but I think you're at that stage where you're being triggered. This is kind of like the first 6 months of a relationship will really dictate whether or not there's longevity, the possibility for longevity in a relationship. I think you might be being triggered, and I think deep down inside there's a part of you that is so weary about getting your heart broken and about being hurt and disappointed. Feels like this has been a pattern for you in your life. um so I would start to talk about that in your relationship with this guy that you're dating. Start to share transparently about what some of your issues are. I feel like there's potential here to work on things and to develop a deeper connection with this person. I feel like he has commitment issues too. So you're kind of both sort of talking yourself out of this unconsciously. So you want to be able to just kind of bring yourself in and share from your heart what it is that you want. I would stop hoping for love to show up and start asking for it, and start declaring that that's what you're looking for, and that's what you want to create in your life, so that you can manifest the ideal person, whether it's this guy that you're dating. I feel like there's potential here, so I wouldn't give up on this guy, but I would start talking transparently about what your needs are and what you want to manifest in the relationship, and so he can meet you there. I hope that's helpful. Yes, you can be added to the list as well. Okay. Hi, Emily. If you need one more, you're so sweet. We're going to wrap up here shortly, but yes, I'm happy to answer a question. If you need one more, can I ask about the person I'm looking for? Any insight from spirit on that? The person you're looking for. Okay, let me ask. Uh, there's a man here. And I'm assuming you mean someone who's crossed over. It's interesting because I feel like it feels like a brother. And I don't know if you lost your brother or if it's someone that you're actually physically looking for. Um, this male presence that's here wants you to know that he's at peace, and he wants you to accept. He wants you to move into a place of acceptance. In essence, it's kind of like, stop looking for me. Um, I'm okay, and I'm with you. And what is he showing me? Um, Yeah, there's it feels like uh I feel like they're either communicating with you in either. Yeah, I just keep seeing this image of this. It's kind of like an old school rotary phone. It's like this kind of yellow beige phone, and I don't know if it's a phone that you had or that he had. You're looking for someone who's alive. Okay, I thought so. Um, it feels like a brother. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. So I have this person, and this person does not want to be found. So he's like, "Stop looking for me. I'm okay." Um, he's. It's not that. So here's. I want to say that in a different way. You know, what you felt in that relationship was love, and it was real, and it was, estranged. But this person is going through something, or has gone through something very difficult, so that they want to sort of, I want to say this in the most delicate way possible. It's kind of like they're in their own little world, and they're really dealing with something difficult. And yeah. Yeah, he just really kind of wants to be in his own. He's kind of reclusive. I see him living like a hermit. He's, living sort of like in his own very small existence, and is going through something very difficult. I feel like he may have lost a wife or something. And so there's a lot of grief and depression in this person's field. So I don't think you're going to find him, but I can tell you that he's okay. In terms of, physically, he's okay. But he's going through something emotionally challenging. And that's where he's at. So I hope that was helpful. Mm. Um, well, if you're looking for someone who's alive, then that's a different person, right? So, but the person that I'm feeling, the brother energy, is very depressed and in a very dark place. So that would make sense, if there is someone else that took his own life. And that's very difficult to deal with. So I'm sending you lots of love and empathy. And you can, again, we can talk to our loved ones. We all have the ability to talk to our loved ones, by sitting and meditating, and closing our eyes and getting silent, and saying the things that we want to say to them, calling out to them, asking them to present themselves to us, asking them to show us signs, and feeling their presence and feeling their love, and we can send our love to them as well. You're welcome, Emily. I hope that was helpful. Yeah. Does everyone have a hi, Terry? Does everyone have a spirit guide, and who might mine be? Everybody has spirit guides. Everybody does. Let's see if I can find out who yours is on your behalf. You can find out too by meditating and practicing. I mean, I know I keep saying meditate, meditate, but anyone can do this work. The work that I'm doing, I've practiced for many years, but if you start, anybody can start, and create a mindfulness practice where they have, or intentional about communicating with the spirit realm. You can start, and you're open and sensitive to receiving messages. You can start connecting on your own. What have a spirit guide? Okay, so let me see, Terry, if I can find out who your spirit guide is. I see a husky. It's interesting because I'm seeing animals tonight. It happens sometimes. I see a husky. I don't know if it's a dog. I don't know if you used to have one, or if there's one that lives in your neighborhood. Um, uh, that's the first thing I see when I close my eyes. And I also feel there's the presence of a grandmother. She seems like a very gentle person. I see her, I see this like it was a porcelain tea set, with little flowers decorated around it. So, it seems like an antique set. And so, um, this grandmother, it feels like a grandmother on your maternal side, is very much with you. Um, so she's someone you can talk to when you meditate. Um, and ask her to communicate with you and just feel her presence and lean into your memories of her. I feel like there's a lot of memories with maternal grandma. So you lean into your memories of her and ask her to give you signs. Um, yeah, I feel like there's a rose bush or sort of outside your window or in your garden around, and you're spending time there. So, or you need to spend time there, but there's something about this rose bush in your garden. So, if you go there and start to develop awareness of your grandmother's presence, it feels like she's there with you. And and again, the dog comes through. So check into that and see if this dog is relevant to you in your life. And perhaps the dog is a spirit animal. The dog represents loyalty and unconditional love. So that's present in your spirit guide realm. Hopefully that was helpful. Good. All right. I don't know where the time goes. I say this every week. Thank you, everybody, for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate all of your beautiful questions. I hope I was able to offer some reassurance and some guidance and some clarity on questions that you might have on your journey, connecting you with your loved ones and your spirit guides. It's one of my favorite things to do. I really appreciate the opportunity to do that. And again, for those of you that are interested in my upcoming programs, I gave a whole long spiel about it. The information will be in the video. You can book a one-on-one session with me if you want an intuitive reading or mediumship reading. If you want to book a 30-minute apply to work with me appointment, you can, so we can figure out what program is best for you if you want to be in a one-to-one container or in a group class. And if you want to learn this work, if you want to learn how to be a facilitator and hold space for other people, if you're contemplating this path of guiding others, this is most fulfilling work I can possibly imagine. So if this is something that speaks to you, I would love to guide you. There'll be information about the facilitator training program in the upcoming weeks. Thank you so much for joining me live tonight. I wish you blessings and peace and deep and meaningful connections with the spirit realm in your own practice. Good night.